righty, you guys. Here we go. Sorry, one more thing. I gotta shut the door again. Okay. I promise I'm ready now. So thanks guys for joining me on our Thursday team Zoom. I have a lot of topics to cover today, and hopefully I won't have too much of a squirrel brain, but I have a lot of stuff that I want to cover. Also, people had wrote some things in the chat that they wanted me to talk about. So I want to try to get as much content to you guys as I can today. I hope that you have a pen and paper because you're going to need it. I'm going to be giving you a lot of notes, a lot of information. So do what you can to write it all down so that you can implement it later. Because you guys, the thing is about just personal development and trainings and growth and all of the things is that none of it matters if you're not actually implementing it. So you can consume all of the trainings you want. We had an amazing corporate training last night. If you guys weren't able to hop onto that, I do suggest that you go and find the replay and watch that replay because there was just so many tips and tricks, and it's just so great to hear and learn from other people. Even if you already know the information, the biggest thing is that it is also just so helpful to be able to light that fire. You guys, if you are not staying connected in our community and in this team and in this business, you will fall through the cracks. And, Sammy knows because we had a conversation about this, and I'm not here to call anybody out or anything like that. But the bottom line is, you guys, if you don't stay connected and you don't stay plugged in, you will slip through the cracks. And it's not just all of the training aspect of it. It's also just like being around like-minded people. It's being with people who light you up and that give you like really great energy, right? And when we are around like-minded people and we have that energy, it gives us focus. It reminds us of why we are doing this every single day. It reminds us of how passionate we are and how much we love what we're doing. But you guys, when you are around sometimes in your community, whether it's family members, whether it's coworkers, whether it's, I don't know, even a spouse for some people, I mean, that will literally sometimes bring you down because they might not be positive. They might not be thriving. They might not fully understand why you are doing this or why it's so important or why you feel so good. So it's super important, you guys, to be plugged into the community all the time because that is what's going to keep that fire lit because everyone on this team, they cheer for each other. They believe in each other. And when you are around like-minded people that have the same beliefs as you, who, want to do better, want to be better, want to change lives, want to help people, who have a goal mindset, you are going to be encouraged when you're around those people. Those people are going to give you natural energy because you're like, oh my gosh, yes. I was on the call last night, you guys, and personally, and she always has, but Courtney Glazer, I signed up for one of her breakout sessions at Palooza because there's something about her that her energy lights me up. So I got on our Zoom last night and went live, and I feel like I was a little like blunt and a little like just normally, you guys, I water myself down because I feel like I'm probably too much for some people, or I might be too aggressive, or honestly, it's just I'm so passionate. Like, and I know what I know after 7 years. But sometimes I try to dim that down a little bit. And Courtney Glazer doesn't dim nothing. She's like, we make gangster money here. Are you guys coming with me or are you not? Because if you're not, like, I am leaving you behind. She is very, very blunt. And that might not be well received by a lot of people, you guys, but like when I hear her talk like that, I resonate with it. I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. And so that's why it's so important to be plugged in. So I want to really just encourage you guys moving forward that if you are feeling a little low in your business, or you're feeling a little defeated, or you're feeling like you're not making progress, first off, you need to plug in. You need to make sure that you're taking your products every single morning consistently. Maybe you need to change your DFT. Seriously, sometimes you guys may become a little bit complacent. So change up your DFT and you will remember immediately why you're thriving. I changed my DFT this week, you guys, and I feel like straight fire again. Like sometimes you just have to do that. Like, because you get that boost of energy all over again. And I had it before, but it's just slightly different because, like everything in life, our workouts, our food, our just everything, we plateau, you guys. Like, we are silly little humans who need to be entertained all the time and need constant change. And like, it's just, we become complacent very easily. So if you're feeling complacent, make sure that you change up your routine, add sculpt, change your DFT, like whatever. That's another thing I added. I added sculpt, 2 capsules in the morning every day this week. And I just have a brand new energy. My workouts, I've been killing it. I'm feeling even better yet. Obviously, this amazing weather makes everybody feel so good. And I get, you guys, that we are moving into nicer weather. But I have to be really honest with you guys. If you want this business to pay like a business and not like a hobby, you have to show up. You have to. Because if you don't show up, you guys, like at your 9 to 5 job or whatever it is, if you don't go to work, do you get paid? Absolutely not. You guys, this isn't any different. We talk about the freedoms and we talk about everything that we have in this business that is amazing. But you guys, like, you have the freedom because you plug in and because you work it. But the thing is that there's only a few times a week on a call that we actually have to be engaged. We have Sunday night Zooms, work with me, like plan your week Zoom. We have our Thursday training at noon, and I get people work. So I'm not here to shame anybody. That's, please do not take me that way. But then you need to make sure that you're watching the recording and still plugging in. And then we have our Wednesday night calls at 8 p.m. and Saturday mornings at 8:30, and those are experience calls. And you guys, I I am the leader of our team, and I am more than happy to try to get people onto these Zooms to share their experiences. But you guys, we're all leaders here too, and we need to be showcasing our team. And so my husband is literally dozing off right now, you guys. Wow, that's embarrassing. On a Thrive call, my husband's falling asleep. He did have surgery yesterday, so there's that. He's like, I better shut off my camera. My wife just called me out. But he really should be resting, and he has been like, go, go, go all day. Because you know why, guys? He's like, this is what's so crazy is like I thrive. And so like my body tells me I want to keep on going, but the people that gave me the procedures say that I'm supposed to be resting. And so all day, I finally just scolded him before this call. I was like, you need to go on the couch and you need to rest because you have been running around all morning and you are not supposed to be. So anyways, there's that. I'm not trying to call you out, babe, but I'm like, you need to turn off your camera before you drop your phone. And that's just crazy. So there's that. But anyways, but my point is, you guys, like, I just want to really encourage you guys that this business doesn't take much, like, to be able to make a few $100s a month. But what I will tell you is that you do truly have to commit, like an hour to 2 hours a day. Now, that's not all at once. Like today is going to be longer because it's 1 hour of time to listen to this replay or tune in. And then it should be like 30 minutes of like non-distracted, intentional interactions on your social media, and then maybe another half an hour tonight building your network or doing more interactions again. And then of course, naturally, the just given IPAs is every single day in your stories. And then a post, like a post of value. And I am going to get into posting and how to talk about all of that. But you guys, like, that is what it is. But here is the thing, is this business is so easy to do, but it's also so easy not to do. If you do not plan it into your schedule, if you do not make it a priority, it will slip through the cracks. And I promise you that once it slips through the cracks, guess what? Your team will also start slipping through the cracks. Because if you don't show up, your team's not going to show up. Period. End of statement. If you're a leader and your people don't see you on these trainings and they don't see you plugging in, then they're not going to plug in. It's literally as simple as that. Because if they think that you don't think it's important and you're not showing up, then they're not going to show up either. So you guys just be really mindful of that moving into the summer. And like I always hear, I'm going to call it what it is, you guys, because I want your guys' success. This is not to scold anybody. This is not to shame anybody, but this is also a reminder for myself. It is so easy to be like, well, we're camping this weekend, or we have this going on, or we have that going on. You guys, the calls are 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and that is it. Do not put your businesses on the back burner this summer. You have to get into these daily habits right now, so it just becomes a non-negotiable. Just like you take your Thrive in the morning, and that's the first 20 to 30 minutes in the morning. You do your interactions in the morning, and then you write a value post. And if you know you're going to be camping, or you know you're going to be out of town, then make sure that you have those statuses batched. Here is my best advice, you guys. When you're out on a walk, when you're out on a bike ride, when you're literally just getting into your car or you're driving somewhere and something hits you and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's a status. Or I remember before Thrive, I used to feel like X, Y, and Z, or whatever like hits you in that moment. Go to your notes section and literally like just voice to text. It doesn't have to be perfect, and write that thought out. And then you can just attach it to a picture later. It doesn't even have to be a picture in this exact moment. It can be any picture you took from 6 months ago that relates to the pitch or to the status that you're writing about, because you guys are the brand. But make sure that you guys are being prepared for those seasons so that your business isn't shutting off over the summer for a weekend at a time, for a week at a time. Like, we have to make sure. That is the reason why we have this freedom in this business, you guys, is because we can take this business with us to go camping. We can go on vacation and still be able to work this business and make an income while we're having fun. And that's the things that you need to be able to talk about throughout the summer, is that I can take this business with me and I was able to plug in for a quick 30 minutes, or I can do this while I'm at the campground, or my kids are swimming in the pool right now and I am sitting poolside, and I am just plugging in for a quick few minutes, and then I'm going to be able to put my phone down for the rest of the day and not have to worry about anything. That is time freedom, you guys, and that is flexibility. So, the thing is, I love that Sammy says, when you show up camping, it shows everyone and anyone can fit this into their day. You'll be so relatable when you share your busy day and fitting this business into the busy day. And I agree 100%, you guys, because that is the thing. Like, most people are busy. And so that's what you're always going to hear. People are always going to talk about like, well, I just can't do what you do because you're just like I'm just so busy, and like I already work so much. And that's what I said, you guys, when I joined this business. I'm like, I joined as a promoter because I got a good deal. And truthfully, I'm not going to lie. I was super, super, super skeptical about auto ship. And I truthfully, if I'm being honest, I did not 100% trust that I would be able to get out of auto ship because I had been looking for products to take to get healthier. We vaguely like looked at It Works because we knew a few people that were doing it at that time. That was 7 years ago. It was kind of pretty popular. Um, and truthfully, like I started to look at it and I was like, I had to order like 3 months of auto ship and all this stuff. And like it was like a 3 month commitment of auto ship. And it seemed like I couldn't even barely get out of it. And so I literally never ordered from them because of that. So you guys, I was afraid of auto ship, so I signed on as a promoter, but I was adamant that I was not going to promote because I was too busy. So most people are too busy. So we have to be able to show people that we can still work this even while we're having fun and while we're so busy. So anyways, I'm not trying to get off on a big tangent about this, you guys, but I see this in our business every single year. Once the weather gets nicer, once the summer months come and people get super busy, and I get it, like Wisconsin is only nice for a few months out of the year, and everybody wants to soak up every single minute of it. But you guys, do not let go everything that you have worked so hard for leading up to this moment and let it pass you by. Everybody is working so hard because of these rank advancement bonuses. But you guys, like, what if that rank advancement bonus that you are making on the second Tuesday of the month, what if that becomes every Tuesday? What if all of a sudden your paycheck is $500 to $700 every single week? Because if you continue to work this business consistently through the summer and into the fall and you don't take any time off, that is what your paychecks will end up being. And so I want to encourage you guys that as like, we're almost mid-month in April, do not put your foot on the brakes as bonus season ends because you guys, we're going to have a huge opportunity next week is Thrive Palooza. We're moving into Thrive Palooza and literally there's going to be more products dropped, more opportunities. They had hinted that they're going to be changing our pay scale. So we're going to start to get paid differently, which only means it's going to benefit us. They're going to add more to our comp plan. So make sure that you are just continuing to move forward and nurture this business just for those 30 minutes to an hour a day. On the days we have calls, it might be 2 hours to include the call. But you guys, the calls and the trainings are to help you to work this business smarter, not harder. And that is the other reason why we encourage you guys to tune in because we are sharing our knowledge with you of what's working for us. You guys, I have been in this business for 7 years and I have not had any guidance from any leadership to tell me exactly what to do. I have had to figure it out on my own and pay for coaches and training of my own so that I could figure out an easier way, not only for myself, but so that I can take it and give it to you guys. And that is why I show up every single week because I want to make sure that you guys have all of the resources to be able to do this business the most efficiently and what's working. So that is why I want you guys to just stay super focused, keep your goals in front of you, your why in front of you. And if you continue to build this business consistently throughout the whole entire summer, you guys, fall is a gold mine. Every fall, I grow so much. I feel like February is a gold mine and then fall is. And so you guys don't miss that opportunity either. If you stay consistent and don't shut your business off during the summer, it will be so much easier to keep that ball rolling when it's already moving. So one of our 200K leaders sent me a message last night because something was said on the corporate call about where our team is right now is not by accident, you guys. And if you listen to Sheila's call, I talked about this. It's not on accident. I made the decision last fall that I was going to build the team, build the culture. We were going to do team trainings. I was going to show my team every single thing that I'm doing so that they can also have success. And we were just going to continue to move forward. And that is literally exactly what we have done. And so when that rank advancement bonus dropped, you guys, we were ready. Sammy and I were already working together on the fall. She came back to me and said, okay, I want to do a one-on-one coaching call with you. I'm ready to come back to this business. I'm ready to do all the things. Tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it. And that's what happened. We got to work. And Sammy started working this business consistently in October and doing everything that I was teaching her to do. And she did it without fail. And literally, you guys, that consistency, I don't even know, she can correct me if I'm wrong. She came into the business back then maybe with $1,000 to $2,000 in volume. It was very low. And that's not to like be offensive, but I'm just trying to give you guys the big picture of how much she is growing in that time. Are you unmuting, Sammy, or are you just adjusting your phone? Oh, she said not even like 500. So you guys, she went 500 in October. And I'm just going to be honest, you guys, when you make that decision, it's not like you show up perfect in that first month. And we don't strive for perfect here anyways, but my point is that there were missed days in October. She was doing her best to obviously stay consistent, but with time, everything gets better, you guys. So like, give yourself grace too. I mean, not so much grace that you take a week off, but if you take, if you miss a day or two, like give yourself grace. People get sick, kids get sick, life happens, like it is what it is, right? But make sure then you pick yourself up and you just keep on going. And there were times when Sammy was like, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over. Am I sharing my picture too much? Am I sharing my transformation too much? Am I talking about the business too much? And she was in her head. And so then there was times where she kind of scaled back because she felt like she was saying it too much, because that's our insecurities and that's our brain trying to keep us safe and trying to reel us back in and say, whoa, you've never done this before. This is too much. Like you are way too stepping out of your comfort zone. Like we need to reel it back in. Like this feels really uncomfortable. So we're not going to do that. That's your brain trying to keep you safe. That is fear creeping in. And that is like, well, we've never done this before, so we should probably reel it back in. You guys, that is our brain's job, is to protect us and keep us safe. So when we do something that's out of our regular and our norm, your brain is going to offer you lots of reasons as to why you shouldn't be doing this, or what people might be thinking, or what people might be saying. And that's just your subconscious also telling you what you think people are saying, you guys, but most people actually aren't saying anything. In fact, most people are inspired by what you are doing and what you are saying, because they want what you have and they want the courage that you have, and they are inspired by what you are doing. You guys, there is only probably maybe 1% to 2% people on your entire social media that might think something negative. Maybe. And honestly, those people are your biggest fans, because really they're actually jealous. They're jealous that they know they can't do what you do. Everyone else is secretly watching you and clapping for you. You need to understand that. And they are waiting for the moment to reach out to you, because they are trying to decide if they're brave enough to do what you do. So keep showing up. And Sammy did that. She got out of her head. Of course, you guys, if you need a cheer squad, I'm your girl. Like I will get a little red on you and be like, get that post out. You have what people need and they need to hear from you. Share your story, because you are inspiring people. And that's what Sammy did. And guess what? She told me her goals and I asked permission to stay on her. I'm like, if I see you slipping, can I message you and say, hey girl, what is going on over there? And she said, yes, please. I need to be accountable. And so if things were a little scarce, I was just like, hey, what's going on over there? Because if I see that she's scarce, then other people are like, oh, she already quit. Where'd she go? She's done. Especially if somebody is truly interested in what you're doing, you guys, and they're thinking about joining you. Believe me when I tell you, they are watching for your post every single day. Sammy continued to do everything that I told her to do. And you guys, January rank advancements launched, and we had no idea that they were going to launch. She hit 4K in January, and then bam, she was already qualified for that bonus. So you guys do the math. October to January got her 4K. How many months is that? What do I constantly tell you guys? 30, 60, 90 days. If you do it every single day, continuously, like we teach, you will reap the benefits. It will grow. You have to just trust the process. And then in the process, I love what my coach told me yesterday. She said, I hate the statement, progress over perfection. And I like that statement, right? Like, I strive for progress, not perfection. But she goes, what if we strived for practice makes permanent? Because if you practice this every single day and you do your daily IPAs and you do everything you're supposed to do consistently every single day, because it takes 21 days to develop a habit. If you do this every single day consistently for over 21 days, guess what, you guys? You will eventually not get perfect, but it will become permanent, where this will be your daily method of operation, and you will just operate your business out of just practice, and it becomes permanent. And then your business will just continue to always be growing because you're always consistently showing up. You constantly need to have people coming into the pipeline to talk to. And so part of that is it's your stories, it's sharing your valuable posts, and they're about you, you guys. You are the brand. People at the end of the day are buying you. Yes, they are buying Thrive, but they're buying you because we have all these people that they could thrive with, but they specifically resonate with you. But they can't buy you if you're not being you. So you have to share your story. You got to be vulnerable. You got to show up. You got to put those pictures out there that feel uncomfortable, because that's real and that's what people relate with. And so you do all of that, and then you are also building your network. If you do those things consistently, you will grow. Guess what? Then Sammy went from 4K to 12K in March. January to March, jumped another rank. That's 5 months of consistency, you guys, and she started at $500 in volume and went over 12K last month. So you guys just need to know what's possible for you. And if you don't take a break and you don't put your foot on the brake and you just continue to show up day after day after day and implement these trainings and implement what we're teaching you and be involved in the community that fires you up and pumps you up and believes in you and are doing the same things as you, because you guys, this isn't traditional. And some people, they don't do it because they don't believe in their own selves. That's why. They don't have the courage to do it. They don't have the courage to put themselves out there. And so you guys need to be strong enough to just be like, no, like, I know what we have. And if you forget, like I always say, stop taking your Thrive for a day. Go read some stories on the fan page and just be reminded of how amazing this is. If you don't know, check in with your Thrivers. Ask them how they're doing. And be reminded of all of the lives that you've had a part of changing. Because you guys, this is work. And like, there's going to be days you don't feel like showing up, and there's going to be days that it's hard, but you have to just keep on going, and you have to be reminded of why we do what we do every single day. So, anyway, that is my inspirational part of the Zoom. And hopefully that just kind of gets you guys back on track and gets you focused, because you guys, we have so much happening next week with Thrive Palooza. You need to be ready, and you need to be letting people know that you are the Thrive person, so that they know when these new products come out, they're coming to you, because they might have heard it from Sally Joe, but they're like, but I resonate with Jenna more. So I'm going to go talk to Jenna because she's my neighbor or she's my friend. And so that is why it's so important to make sure that people know what you're doing, because when these brand new products launch next week, you want these people coming to you. And then also, you guys, just keeping that momentum going into all of the months ahead, because you know what? They always drop huge surprises at Palooza. Don't think just because rank advancements are ending that this is the end all be all, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's not. Like, we will immediately roll into the next phase. This will be phased out. They do this very intentionally, you guys, to help us build a business. They know what they're doing. They'll give us rank advancements, and then they give us double QV to help us get them. And then, we just keep on building upon that. And then at Thrive Palooza next week, it'll be something with our pay, or it'll be some other revamping of a package. It'll be something exciting that will just light people's fire again, and we'll just keep on moving forward. And it's going to be amazing, whatever it is. I guarantee it. They always just will roll out something that helps us make this business that much easier. And that is the amazing thing, you guys. We have a corporate team and CEOs that want us to win, and they want this to be the easiest it can be. And they listen to our requests and our complaints. So believe me, whatever will be coming, it'll be amazing. So be ready for all of that. The other thing, you guys, I want to touch on some of the things before I get in our training. I might not get through everything in my training, but then we'll just carry it into the next week. And actually, the next week will be in Thrive Palooza, but honestly, I'll probably still make it happen. We'll just take some time out and we'll hop on the Zoom, and we'll share some of the excitement from there, and anything we know or any leaks that we hear or anything like that, we will bring you guys all the information and do a quick training next week from Denver as well. So one of the things says, could you possibly talk about ways to sell to a tough crowd even when you do not think you can? And then the following message after that was, Lily thinks that's exactly what I was thinking. Have lots of people interested too, but carry doubts, and I just can't break through that without sounding too salesy. Okay, guys, what I want to say to that is just, first of all, mindset is everything in this business. And it sounds so silly that you're asking how to make sales, and I'm telling you about mindset. But truly, you have to remember where you were before Thrive and how you felt. It is not too salesy, sharing your story. And I know it might feel uncomfortable because both of these ladies that are having these questions are newer. But just know, you guys, that I mean, honestly, Holly's gonna watch this replay, so I'm just gonna call it out. Holly, before she started on Thrive, she's going through a divorce. She's got some tough life stuff going on. She's got 3 kids. She is a manager. She works in retail. She literally wakes up at 2:30 in the morning to go to work, you guys. It's insanity. She works so much. She works weekends, all of the things, and has 3 kids that she also has to obviously take care of.
Look at these cute containers,
incredibly exhausted, burnt out all the time. Share that.
10 of them for $7.
Share, listen, before Thrive, I didn't even like being around myself because I was so irritable and tired and exhausted. And
It
like,
got a little
this has been
crazy
a
with the
game changer.
dressing.
I do not need coffee. I do not
Oh
need
my
coffee
gosh.
drinks. I
You
wake
go
up at
shopping
2:30 in the
Did ya?
morning. I don't want to wake up
sleeping?
at 2:30 in the morning, but I have to. I take my capsules and I fly out the door and I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Within
I wake
20
myself up
minutes,
when I
like
snore.
they are
Like, I'll
kicking
do it.
in and my
I know,
mental
I
focus
figured
is
that
like
too.
there and I feel incredible. When you share your story and it's with passion, and nobody can tell you that you're wrong. It's your story. Like, that is, and you know what? If they still say no, they're going to say no if you never tell them because they don't have the option to say yes. So tell them, and whatever happens is like totally okay. Like, just like share your story, tell them why you love it. And then if you get any type of objections about price, right? Because that's normally the next thing. Then you can let them know, like, hey, listen, I'm going to give you a discount on your first month. This is what I love to say. I'm going to give you a discount on your first month because I get it. Like, I was nervous about trying to. And you know what? My friend did that for me as well. So I would love to pay it forward to you as well. And this way you can try it on a discount to see if you like it. You guys, it takes the pressure off. And suddenly they're like, oh, okay. And because you know what, I get it. I was there. I was nervous when I started too. But I'm willing to give you a discount so that you can at least just try a whole month, because I think that a whole month is going to give you a way better view of like what's going to happen and how you're going to feel. Now, once you get started, and then this is where you share your story, like I felt it within, you know, whatever your story is, within 3 days, within 5 days, like by day whatever, I knew 100% like, holy crap, this is the real deal and I feel incredible. And by day 10, I was sleeping through the night, and I haven't done that in years, and I didn't toss and turn. And so if that is your story as well, then I will immediately work with you to help you get these products for free, because we have an awesome referral program, and I will be here the whole way with you, and I'm going to support you. And if you love it, then we're going to find a solution so that you can stay on the products without having to pay for them. And it's just that simple, you guys. And if they still say no at that point, then you're like, okay, like no problem. If anything changes, just let me know. I'll be here for you. And again, it takes that pressure off and they don't feel like you're selling them. And so where you say like you don't want to be salesy, then this way you're just like, it's okay. Like just let me know when you're ready. And then all of a sudden they think about it, sometimes for 10 minutes or an hour, and they reach back and they're like, okay, well, how much would it be with your discount? Then that's usually what they say. Well, how much would my first month be if you're going to give me a discount? Then you have the opportunity to tell them, well, on the retail price is $254, but if you use my auto ship discount, then you can get it for $160. Plus, I'm going to be able to get you a free box of shakes with that order. And I'm going to give you my $20 off code. And so I will be able to get that down to $140 for you. And then they're like, oh, okay. So like over $100 off? Yep, over $100 off. And then you end it with a question. How does that sound? Or would that work for you? Or what are your thoughts? And just allow them to talk, and just they will tell you exactly their thoughts, exactly what they can afford, all of that. So truly, truly, truly just share with passion and share your story, because your story is never wrong. So always, always, always just share your story and then just give them options. And then the last ditch effort is always offering a sample. Like, you know what? Like not everybody feels it on a sample, but if you would prefer, I can give you a couple of days. It's just that I don't know if you're going to feel it within a couple of days, but I could certainly give you a sample. And then, yes, Rex said open-ended questions bring about conversations. Another thing I ask people is, what do you think you could afford? And let's see if I can help you. And then people will tell you. And then when you paint that picture too of like, well, like my husband was someone who was going to the coffee cabin every single day. And he was spending, $12, $15 at the coffee cabin, whatever it was. I can't even remember anymore, but I'm just throwing out a number. But if you go to Starbucks 2 times in one day, that's $12. So you get the picture. He was going to coffee cabin 4 times a day, but he was just getting like black big coffees, but still at a couple bucks a crack every single time. It adds up fast. And so obviously once Rex started thriving and then we got him thriving for free, I mean, that was money we were literally, yeah, it was a lot more than the cost of Thrive. Thrive is about $6 a day, and he was definitely spending more than that. And so then once we were thriving for free, that actually put money back into our pocket, literally. Do you feel like you ever see that extra money? No, but that's the whole point. Like, it's just that Thrive is an upfront cost, whereas when they're going to a convenience store to buy energy drinks, coffee, all of those things, clearly they are buying it one day at a time and it's adding up through the day, I mean, through the week. But at the end of the week, if you look at how much you spent on all that crap, it's probably about easily $50 a week. At the end of the month, that's $200. So sometimes I'll just ask people like, what do you think you're spending on all the extras right now? So those are some things, we can do a full other Zoom on objections and all of that, but I do want to kind of get into a little bit of the training, and stuff like that. So hopefully that helps, but by all means, you guys, if you need more help with that or have more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me as well. And I am more than happy to help you with verbiage, or even if you have somebody inquiring, know that you can put those people in messages with your leaders and you can borrow our confidence. And then when we respond to those questions and answer those questions and things like that, you're going to hear how we speak to people and how we handle that. And then obviously, we might be able to help you close some sales too, just because we've been doing it for a long time and we just kind of have certain verbiage that works great for us and closes sales. And then obviously, when you are in those group messages, you're also going to learn how we say things, and that's also going to benefit you and help you. So, okay, so I have so many things to share with you guys that I honestly don't even know where to get started. So I already told you about the statement that practice makes permanent. But the problem with this is, guys, this can go twofold. So we need to be practicing the ways of copywriting. And I've been starting to talk to you guys a little bit about copywriting. And if you haven't been on any of those trainings that I've started to talk about that, just to give you kind of a brief overview. In social selling, there's something called copywriting, and it's like when you're using it in a sentence, it's like talking about like writing good copy. And what that means is it's basically just writing a caption, but it's a fancy social selling way of talking about writing captions. But it is just strategic. I struggle to say that word. Because what you are doing is you are really trying to capture the person that you're talking to. So obviously this is why it's so important to know who you're talking to in your audience, because if you stand for everyone, then you stand for nothing. So you do need to have a specific audience that you really like to speak to. For me, it's primarily moms, but also women, like women in business, moms, things like that, because I want like-minded people. And that's the other thing, you guys, about last night. I kind of like felt a little awkward about how strong I was on the FaceTime or on the live last night in our Zoom. But the bottom line is, you guys, I'm just going to be really honest that if I water myself down and I don't come off like that and like talk how I really want to talk and talk about success and talk about business and talk about all of these things, then I am not going to attract high level people. And I'm just being honest, I want to attract high level people. I want to attract high level, motivated, business like driven people, because that's who I am. I want to attract people who are looking for an opportunity. but like they're self-motivated and they're ready to get to work, because I like to work at a very fast pace and I like to work in urgency. It fires me up, it excites me. Like if somebody is ready to run, I am like, let's go. Like I will drop everything and I will do it. Because you guys, like, we have to run with the runners when they're just ready, and we talk about that at all, and it's not to be like, whatever, but like I heard it last night, like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I mean, if I have somebody who is ready to run with me and they're in my messenger over and over and over, I don't ever favor anybody on my team, but when you are blowing up my messenger, I am there. I match efforts, and when people are ready to roll, I roll with them. Like hands down, I don't care where you are in my team. I don't care if you're 6 levels deep. If you are ready, like I am like, let's go. So, um it's super important to be able to know, like, how to attract those people, and also how to talk to the people that you want. And so writing good copy is definitely going to help you to attract the people that you want in the business, and then also so that your audience knows exactly who you're speaking to, so that you're not wasting your time trying to talk to everybody or trying to attract everyone, and then like you kind of just are stuck in this, like, kind of like you're just spinning your wheels, or people are coming in but they're not really motivated because you're not really fully being yourself online, because you're trying to be for everybody. And I get it, when we first come into this business, like we want to sell Thrive to everybody, because you're right, everybody needs Thrive. But I think you will love your business and love your team even more if you are literally just attracting the people that are just like you. But you can only do that if you're being 100% yourself, and then writing good copy and writing to the people that you want to speak to. And so that is very much like we talk about hooks. And so I'm going to get into kind of hooks and calls to actions today. I'm probably not going to have a ton of time for all of it, but we can definitely, like I said, continue this conversation next week as well. So hooks can be like something that really hooks your audience in. So you want to grab people's attention right away, whether it's in a status or a video or a reel, because otherwise they're just going to keep on scrolling by. And we talk about this a lot, but I'm going to give you guys some specific hooks. And it's not just by the words that you guys say. I want you to know that hooks can be like an eye-catching visual as well. So don't underestimate too, like if you do something really fun in your reel, like did a reel the other day. It was something completely out of line of what I normally would do. I was walking at the high school. We were actually, you guys, and this is where this business fits in, and this is probably where I should even have wrote a status about this, truthfully. Well, and I think I dropped it a little bit in the caption, but we were picking up Triton from track, and I told Rock to get out of the vehicle and record me. And he was like, what? And I was like, he's like, doing what? I'm like, I'm going to make a reel. I just need you to record me just walking. And then I was just going to add words to it. But like, I did a really fun filter, and it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was kind of trippy. Like it had like blue and red, like around my body. And it was kind of like this, like kind of like a strobe light. I don't know. It was like a really fun, like filter, but it was eye catching. Like it like caught your eye. And that reel occasionally has been still popping up. Now, have I gotten any like sales from it? No, you guys, but it's to build my cold market, because on Instagram, that's a cold market. So I'm trying to build leads over there. So you have to give eye catching content to attract people to you, so that they go to your IG, and so that they go to the link in my bio. And so then when they look at that top of my IG and they see what I have written up in that caption, which is why it's so important when we talk about telling people exactly who you are, what your fives are. I'm a mom, I'm a thriver, I'm a believer. I am, I have in their mom of 5 kids. But I also have multiple businesses. So I'm showing people that like I love business. And so like people that are like that are going to be they're going to click on my profile and be like, oh, I relate with this lady. She's, has a lot in common with me. Follow. And so that's why you want to attract people in. So eye-catching visual, and then like a clear value statement. So tap into the needs, the goals, and the aspirations of people, what they might be looking for. But like, here are some hooks that you guys can think about using. Click on this if your money mindset is broken. That would be talking about the opportunity, right? Obviously using trending music too on your reels if you're doing reels. And then wait till the end. This is going to get people to like wait to the end. And so maybe you might have an offer at the end, or maybe you just really want to get your views up and get your like viewers watching you more or whatever. So making sure, or if there is something that you really want people to see at the end, make sure that you're telling them watch till the end. Read this till the end. So same with if you're writing a big post and there's really something important you want people to see at the end, make sure that you're telling them to read this to the end. Because again, that hooks people because they're like curious. They're like, wait, well, what's at the end? Or they'll just go straight to the end, see what it is. They'll read that first. And then when you reel them in with that, then they're going to go back to the top again. And then they're going to read it all again. But then you know what that does, you guys? That tells Facebook and Instagram when somebody even is sitting on your post for a while and they're reading it, it shows Instagram and Facebook that, wow, they really like this because they've been on this post for 20 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever. And so it's stopping the scroll and showing people that they love what you're posting. And so then they push it out to even more people. Another one is, I need your help. People love to help, you guys. Like, here's a prime example. Sammy and I and Tammy and Angel, we're all going to Thrive Palooza next week. We might already have our outfits picked out, but like and this goes for anything. If you have a wedding to go to, whatever, and you're trying to decide what pair of shoes or what dress, you might already have your decision made, but people love to give their opinion, you guys. And then that shows you who's watching, and it's attracting them into your market and all of that. And so you can say, which dress should I wear? Which shoes should I wear? Whatever. And like you say to them, I need your help, or I need your help. Listen to this. And again, people are like, oh, okay, like she needs my help. Like, what is she gonna say? And so those are all great hooks. I've got a secret. And then like asking people, what do they have secrets about? Like, because again, we want to keep our communities engaged and building relationships, you guys, because this all seems so silly and you hear us talking about this over and over and over. But why this is so important is because we are building relationships. That is the point of this business. When we build relationships and people can ask us questions and they can share their opinions and they can do all of these things, they are literally going to grow a relationship with us, which in turn means that they trust us, which then in turn means that they're going to buy from us because they trust us. And so that's why it's so important to do all of these things. Here's how you can make $1,000 in the next X amount of hours or days. In our situation, when they hit VIP 1600, you can say 1320 in the next 14 days. Work with me. I have systems already in place. I will show you what to do. I can help you make 1320 in the next 14 days. That's another hook. Other things that you can do is like quick reminder. So like quick tips, you can give people quick tips. One would be like, because I'm a business owner, right? And I talk about business a lot. I could share one, like taxes are due in X amount of days. Here's your reminder. Or, hey, if you don't have your taxes done, reminder that you're going to need to file an extension, whatever. Like, so you can just, like, I had melanoma. Hey, it's getting beautiful out. Just a quick reminder, put your SPF 30 on, whatever. Um, in case no one told you today, did you know that? Hear me out. Stop scrolling. Don't come at me, right? Because like people like, whoa, what do you mean? Don't come at me? Like, what do you mean about what? That's another thing that's going to stop people. Listen up, and you need to watch this video if, and then you can put X, Y, and Z. Like if you're struggling with losing weight, or if you're struggling with, um, not knowing how to breastfeed your baby, like whatever, I don't know. This may be controversial, and share something that might be a little bit controversial. You guys have to remember, even if you get like backlash on that kind of stuff, it's okay, because like, unless, like, if they're not like being flat out blatantly rude or mean, it does not matter. Remember, when those haters are on your stuff, it's actually boosting your algorithm, and it's helping you. And also, some people come for the comments, and so it's just going to bring more people to your page, more people stopping on that post to see what other people are saying. So don't be afraid about that. um, Tips I wish I knew earlier, so you can give tips about whatever. um, this tip will blow your mind. If you have some amazing tip that is like so smart and genius, and honestly, don't be afraid, even if it's something like everybody knows, okay? Like, because then you will get the a-holes that will go on there and be like, well, I already knew that, like that's so stupid, like that's old news, like blah blah blah. Again, you guys, it's building your engagement, it's building your reach. So it's okay, like you can do the dumbest thing that people already know, and know that those people will comment on there, but it's all working in your favor. So, and then you can comment back to them. Don't delete the comments. Just go back in there and go, oh, haha, okay, sounds good. Or just laughing emojis at them or whatever. Like, they're just internet trolls. It doesn't matter. Um, Here's a tip I wish I knew earlier. You need to hear this. I bet you didn't know this. Do not do this. Why are there more people talking about this? It could be a worldly thing that you're passionate about. It could be like anything. Like, just again, you guys, like, make sure that you are giving value content that makes people want to stop. Yes, I was today years old when I learned this. That's another good one. Because people are curious, you guys. People are natural like students. They want to learn, they want to know, people want to be in the know. So make sure that you are creating content that makes people want to stop and read your stuff. And this is the biggest thing why we continue to talk about social media, we continue to talk about hooks, we continue to talk about marketing. It's because, you guys, like, I'm trying to help you guys to write really good, valuable content that stops people in their scroll, so that they want to follow you, or they're interested in you, and then they want to know more about you. And then this all coincides together, because then they go to your story and they want to know more about you. So that's why it's so important to have your thrive in your stories. It's so important to share with people what you're doing. It's like the behind the scenes things. It's like, wow, Sammy loves her dog. Wow, Rock is a cat dad. Wow, like whatever, like I share my faith in there. So like people know, like, that's who I am. I'm a little bit holy, a little bit hood. Most people know that about me. Like, I love Jesus and the F-bomb. I mean, it is what it is. So, let people into your life and let them know who you are, because that's how they trust you. And so, of course, I knew that this would happen, you guys, but I ran out of time. I don't want to hold anybody up, but I'm going to end the Zoom for today. We will continue this, but these are just good hooks and good practices to get into. And I posted it in our team page yesterday about doing that reel, and I did kind of break things down in a way that I wanted you guys to kind of help you with sharing how to share. And let's see, it's bringing awareness, comprehension, and then conviction. So if you think about those three things when you're writing your post and layer them, you want to bring awareness. Like, again, that's the hook. Like, the awareness is the hook. Like, what are you struggling with? Did you know this? How can I help with this? Here is a tip that will help you with X, Y, and Z. So that is the awareness. Like, you're showing people and stopping the scroll so that they will want to know what you're about to say. And then, the comprehension of it. And that is really just like, whatever your hook is and whatever you're trying to teach or whatever you're stopping their scroll for, you're going to tell them, like, is it, and then you're going to be like relatable, like, and is it like, you're going to re-emphasize that hook and like kind of what you're talking about, like, and is it stopping you from enjoying life? Is it slowing you down from doing X, Y, and Z? Is your weight making you not want to get dressed and go play with your kids because you have nothing to wear, or you feel uncomfortable or whatever? And so, or you can't seem to do X, Y, and Z because of, the hook or the element that you shared. And then the conviction, right? This is where you sell them, you guys. This is where you're like, how can we work through this together? And then I am going to help you, or then we can work together and I'm going to show you how to do X, Y, and Z. Or this is what you can do if you're struggling with this, and I'm here to help you. And then making sure you're giving them that call to action and then telling them what you want them to do, whatever the post is related to. If it's a sample, tell them what you want to do. Write trial in the comments. Go to the link in my bio. DM me, whatever it is. And then just make sure that you guys are telling them exactly what they want, what you want them to do. But by writing your statuses like this, you guys, it's going to bring people in and it's going to draw the emotion out of them when you are really writing it in this way, and it's going to get them interested and want to stop their scroll, read what you have to say, and then you're going to provide the solution and the call to action at the end. If you start getting into the practice of writing your statuses like this regularly, and we will continue to go through this deeper and deeper, I will give you specific examples of it, because I have a ton of them already written out, because if you're anything like me, you like kind of need examples of what that looks like. We will work through all of that together. So don't be overwhelmed, but just start thinking about how you can hook people in, how you can bring awareness to it, help them, like comprehension. Think about like relating to them because of your past story, because of what happened to you and where you were. And then this is why I am better now. And this is what's helped me. And this is what I'm doing. And this is how I can help you too. That is what is going to attract customers to your business. So we're 4 minutes over, so I'm gonna let you guys go, but I'm excited for all things. You guys, do not let off the brakes, or off the gas, I should say. Don't put the brakes on. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Stay plugged in. If you need help, reach out to your leaders. And it doesn't have to be your direct enrolled person. If you resonate with somebody else better, reach out to your sidelines, your uplines, your downlines, whoever, but just reach out to people if you need help. We are here to help and support everyone. So just get at us, and we'll be here for it. We're going to end this month big. I can feel it. I know big things are coming. It's like the calm before the storm. So enjoy all of this amazing weather, because I think winter's coming back again next week. sadly. And we will be in touch. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Maybe.